Now, this ain't gonna be what you think it is, man. This is gonna be really about alpha energy. This is gonna be about us as men enhancing our alpha energy, man. That's all this is gonna be about. Us and our alpha energy. Because there are many things that we need to do as alpha men to maintain our edge, to maintain our essence, man. These are some of the things we have to do. YMC, my brother, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you being in the joint. Mod Squad on deck. Ben Yourself, Ken Colvin, GT Extra, Last Done, what up? KTP, Khalid Johnson, what's happening? Big Rich, what up? All right, let's jump off in this thing, man. I came up with this list of things, man, because we're at a time right now where I don't want to keep talking about our interactions with women. We're at a time right now where the world we live in is changing right before us. None of us have ever gone through this. You know, even '08 with Obama, with the slight recession then was nothing like this. I've never seen a time in my lifetime where companies have been shut down, where you can ride down a strip mall and every business in there is closed for business for days on end. So now is the time that we really have to turn our focus to our inner man, because there's nothing we can do with the outer man. The outer man can be killed. The outer man can be hurt. The outer man can be destroyed. So we have to focus on our inner man. And so what we're going to focus on tonight rather, is 15 ways to know you're becoming the most alpha version of yourself. Number one, you understand that most negative interactions from other people don't come because they hating on you. Don't come because they don't like you. Don't come because they're stupid. Don't come because they're just idiots. These negative interactions come from three things: fear, anxiety, and pain, and maybe even a healthy dose of anger. But the anger is a derivative of those three things: fear, anxiety, and pain. Most times when people hate on you, man, it's because of their own fear, anxiety, and pain. A lot of times it don't have nothing to do with you. So when you hear the men say, if you were alpha, you wouldn't have to tell it. Hey, man, that's just for women. Them boys sound like women. I don't never have to tell no woman I'm alpha. I don't never tell no woman I'm alpha. She figures it out. When she realized the things I'm going to deal with, the things I'm not going to deal with, the way I talk to her, the way I interact with her, the way I don't sweat her, the way she realizes that I'm different. She just don't know what the hell it is. And then she figures it out. She might go figure it out from an older woman in her family. But when these dudes say, if a man is alpha, you know what I tell you, them niggas just mimicking women. They hating. But not hating because they hate you. They're hating because of their own pain, their own anxiety. A lot of these men haven't gotten over the pain and anxiety and anger that they feel from their previous relationships with women, or even from their previous relationships with men. And that's based on the fact that those men have not figured out the lesson in those trials and tribulations. There's a lesson in every single trial and tribulation that you go through in this life. And you're going to continue to suffer with the emotional result of that trial and tribulation until you figure out the lesson in it. Once you figure out the lesson in it, the pain goes away, because you realize it was not something to hurt you. It was something to build you. This is the main thing that men get stuck in, not realizing that everything is something to build you. You just have to go in there and find that brick out of that pile of broken bricks. You got to go in that pile of broken bricks of your life and find that one brick that you can pull out of there and continue to build your life with. Every situation in your life only has one usable brick. You have to find that brick. The brick is the lesson. So don't get into the habit of getting into this back and forth with guys and doing all of that, man. They're pulling you into their negative energy. That's all they're doing. I've been guilty of it. I've been guilty of being pulled into somebody's negative energy. But you know what, man? Nobody's negative energy is going to affect me, because as soon as your energy becomes negative, I just disassociate myself from you. Period. That's just the bottom line, man. I ain't got to deal with nobody. You ain't forced to deal with nobody in your life. When their energy gets negative, just cut them off. Whoever it is, just cut them off. Anybody. Think if your energy negative to yourself, cut yourself off. This is how you have to handle life, man. So again, most negative interactions from other people come from fear, anxiety, and pain. and the anger that results as a mixture of those three components. The second thing, you start to realize your ideas and outlooks can't be instantaneously understood by others. You see, people say all the time, man, you should have 1 million subs. Man, you should have way more subs. Man, you should. No, I shouldn't. This shit I'm talking about, everybody ain't gonna understand it. This ain't for everybody. This ain't for everybody to even try to understand. You understand? There are some cats out here that'll never get it. You can tell it to them every day. You can break it down to them in layman's terms. You can tell it to them in 15 different languages. You can put it on a beat and rap that shit to them. They still ain't gonna understand it. This ain't for everybody. And I'm perfectly okay with the fact that my ideas and outlooks won't be instantaneously understood by others and possibly never understood. Even if you verbally relay your intentions and feelings or lack thereof. And this especially goes when you're dealing with women. Man, a woman doesn't know what you stand on just because you show up, just because you hope. A woman don't know what principles you stand on, man. You got to verbally relay those principles. You got to verbally relay your expectations. A job don't know what money you're going to take or what money you won't take, man. You got to verbally relay your expectations, your do's and don'ts, your wills and wants, man. You got to verbally relay these things, man. Nobody can read your damn mind. Nobody's going to try to. But even when you verbally relay them, you must understand that there's a 50-50 chance that they still won't understand it. But guess what? Who cares if they don't understand it? You see, the people who don't understand this alpha energy, man, this ain't for them. I had a cat come in earlier, man, saying, man, I don't get it. Somebody explain to me. I just told him, man, this ain't for you, bro. This ain't for you, man. It ain't for everybody. Everybody can feel good off of it. Everybody can pull some alpha energy to themselves, man, and feel good off of it. Even go back and repeat it to women, which is the worst thing in the world. You know you bait as hell when you take alpha energy and go back and repeat it to a woman. You know you bait. If you're sitting up with your woman listening to BOA, come on, man. This for you, not for her. You take this and then deal with her. Nick Penn, appreciate the $5 super chat, bro. Alpha's up for sure, bro. So, that's just how it is, man. Everybody's not going to understand. And I already put it in layman's term. I don't know how to break it down no simpler than I already do. How can I make this any simpler? So when they don't, and that's another reason that they give you the negative interaction, because they don't understand it. They don't understand how we talk about, the cold approach. They don't understand how we talk about it. And then you got cats out here who ain't got no women and no game, still addressing these things because they too have pain and anxiety and anger from their past, man. They're living in fear. A lot of these boys living in fear. And a man who lives in fear is an angry man. That's why they say, how the saying is, a man who's afraid will kill you faster than a crazy man. And that's true. A man who's afraid, man, that's the worst feeling in the world for a man to live in fear. A man who lives in fear, man, is almost dead, man. There's no way to live. Another thing is this, man. You start to realize that none of us knows everything. I don't know everything. I don't try to know everything. Listen, my motto is this. I don't know everything, but what I know damn well. Can't nobody come in here and tell me nothing about being alpha. Just like can't nobody come in here and tell me nothing about the Most High. You just can't tell me nothing about it. Those are two things I know damn well. I'm a hell of a crappie fisherman. You can tell me about crappie fishing. I learn new things about fishing all the time. All the time. Been doing this for years and still learn something new. But two things I've been doing longer than I've been fishing? Rolling with the Most High and being alpha. Been doing that longer than I've been doing this. So what I want you to understand is none of us knows everything. This is something you have to accept. None of us knows everything. Well, what does that mean, BOA? It simply means that attempting to learn everything is a foolish exercise in futility. You ever met a cat that know a little bit about everything, but don't know a whole lot about nothing? He could touch on any topic you ever want to talk about. But when the conversation get deep, that boy go mute. like somebody pulled his tongue out his mouth. None of us knows everything, so attempting to learn everything is a foolish exercise in futility. I don't want to know everything. If it's not relevant to my life, I don't give a damn about it. I don't want to amass no knowledge or attain no knowledge just for the sake of saying, hey, I know this. Well, how does that benefit you? It don't. I just know it. Hey, man, you know this right here. I don't want to be one of them cats that just ramble off nonsensical as, mathematical equations to people, man, just to show that I'm smart. No, you're not smart. You're dumb. You're a cat that wasted your brain space on things that are irrelevant. If you just joining me, man, tonight we're talking about 15 ways to know you're becoming the most alpha version of yourself. Number one was the most negative you realize most negative interactions come from fear, anxiety, and pain, and maybe a healthy dose of anger. So you view people's interactions with you differently. People who interact. That's why, man, if your energy is negative, I'm done, because I already know that you reacting out of fear, anxiety, and pain. All that shit is emotional. And then you throw anger on top of it, then you're real emotional, man. I don't deal with emotional men, brothers. Every woman you deal with, you already got to deal with a ball of emotions. I'm not dealing with no emotional men. I don't care what the emotion is. If you're an emotional man and you can't control your emotions, I'm not dealing with you. That's just the reality of it. I don't have time, man, to be dealing. I don't know how to deal with no man who caught up in his emotions. I don't listen, man. Listen, I really don't know if I ought to console you like a chick. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Number two, your ideas and outlooks can't instantaneously be understood by others, and they may in fact never understand it unless you verbally relay your intentions and feelings or lack thereof. And then there's a possibility that they still won't understand it. But who cares? You don't worry about who understands it. You just make sure that you make it clear who you are and what you stand on. See, I always let you know who I am and what I stand on. So when you cross that line and then it go left, then who I can't complain. I'm not gonna complain. You can't complain. I already told you what it was gonna be. And number three was none of us knows everything, so attempting to learn everything is a foolish exercise in futility. Now, let's get to number four. Might not be another recap. YMC, appreciate the $2 super chat, brother. Confidence comes not from being great. See, we think confidence comes from being great, or those who lack confidence think confidence comes from being great. Confidence does not come from being great. It don't come from being great, because who's great? What man can say he's great? You can't say you're great. Other people have to say you're great. So confidence comes not from being so great, but understanding that we all start from the same spot. See, I'm confident because I know that your ass started from the same spot I started from. It don't matter if your folks rich, poor, black, white, young. Oh, you started from the same spot I started from. What's that spot? Being pushed out your mama womb. All of us start from the same spot, being pushed out your mama womb. Don't know nothing, can't say nothing. Pee on ourselves, take a dump on ourselves, can't feed ourselves, can't even move, can't really do nothing at first, man. All we can do is just open our eyes at first, can't do nothing. We all start from that starting line. So ain't no man out here better than me. Ain't no man out here above me. Ain't no man out here rawer than me. Ain't no man out here more royal than me. Because guess what? Even if your dad is the king in the castle and he got a crown on his head and he run the kingdom, guess what you is when you born? A snot-nosed, boo-boo tail baby that can't do nothing. So we all start from the same spot. When you take all that extra exterior shit off, man, the D-boy be talking about all the money, all the cars, all the clothes, all the gold, you take all that off, man, we all the same at our core, man. We all men. And it's all about what kind of man you are. What kind of man are you when everything is stripped down? And that's all that matters. If somebody stab me with a knife, then stab you in the same place with the same knife, we both gonna bleed. Just all about who gonna bleed out first. So confidence come not from me being so great, but confidence come from me realizing no other motherfuckers above me. So confidence comes from. And we have to keep that in mind, man, because we are taught in this society that we should look at materialistic things. that we should look at these possessions, that we should look at, even let's anything. That we should look at a man's physique, that we should look at whatever we're supposed to look at, man. Listen, man, manhood is internal. Because anything you can do externally, a woman can do it. You can make money, a woman can make money. You can be a boss, a woman can be a boss. You can work out and build a body, a woman can work out and build a body. You can eat clean, a woman can eat clean. You can know God, a woman can know God. As evidenced by a woman's ability to take the vow of Nazarite. But when it comes to manhood, the things that separate man and woman, besides the sex organ, the thing that separates man and woman, what? It's all internal. It's all internal. The next thing is you learn to forgive your parents and other authority figures for the wrongs you feel like they've done. If you had bad parents, man, you learn to forgive them. That's a part of being alpha. You learn to forgive them for their shortcomings because you realize they just didn't know any damn better. It's not like they grew up and said, oh, when I have a child, I'm going to be a bad parent. They didn't know, man. They did what they did. You don't know what kind of scars they were dealing with. You don't know what kind of emotional turmoil they were dealing with. You don't know what kind of childhood they had. You don't know any of these things. But once you get older and you become alpha and you realize that the most important thing that an alpha male could do is understand human behavior. That's the only reason, man, I took psychology courses while I was in college, man. I didn't want to be a psychiatrist. I didn't want to be a shrink. That ain't what I went for. But I slid a few in there. You know why? Because I knew to understand human behavior, man. See, not understand the human mind per se, understand the human response to certain stimuli. That's what behavior is. Behavior is a response to a stimuli. And once you understand that, man, you realize, man, that, man, your parents just didn't know any better, especially your single mother who was undoubtedly struggling with some demons you'll never understand. If you had a single mother, man, don't tell them what the hell that one was going through, bro. And, and we can be beta like these dudes and say, well, she the one picked the man. She chose the man to have the baby by. See, we can't simultaneously say a man is in control and then to say, well, the woman made the choice to have the baby by the man. Nah, man, you pick a side, dog. Pick a side. But we ain't going to get into that discussion, man. We don't discuss things like that. Not in the alpha sphere. But this is one of the major things. This is one of the major ways you can tell if you're becoming the most alpha version of yourself. Because if you can't forgive people for the things that they did when you become an adult, that means that you don't even understand your own actions and reactions. Because once you understand your own actions and reactions, then you understand that other people's actions and reactions are based on shit the same way yours is, based on their upbringing, based on their learnings, based on what they were shown, based on what they saw when they weren't supposed to see. There are a lot of things that shape someone, the type of person they become. And the thing that it shapes the most is your interaction with other people. That's one of the major things, man. So you got to keep that in mind, man. You don't ever know what demons people struggling with, bro. And I mean that literally and figuratively. You don't know what demons people are struggling with. You have no idea what Satan is doing to somebody, bro. No idea. Another thing is this, man. You learn the significant detriment of stress. This is one of the most significant things you figure out when you're on your alpha journey, man. You learn the significant detriment of stress and fervently avoid it. I mean, you fervently avoid stress. By all means, it doesn't matter what you have to do. You stay the hell away from stress. Now, why do you do that? Because stress kills, especially black men. Niggas ain't dying from heart disease, man, in their 40s because they just ate so bad their entire lives. It's their diet on top of the stress. Stress is what causes your body, man, to react the way it does. Stress is what causes you to feel and be sick all the time. Stress is what causes you to have these damn headaches. Stress is what causes you to have these suicidal thoughts. Stress is what causes you to have these homicidal thoughts. Stress is a major thing, man. Major thing. But you learn the significant detriment of stress, not just for yourself so you can avoid it, but you're careful not to bring stress to others as well. That's when you start to master yourself as a man. When you start to understand negative things in the world and ward them off from yourself, protect yourself from them, but also make sure you don't put those things into the world. You start to understand that the energy you put into the world is the energy that you get in return. That's one of the most major, the most mature things you can understand is the energy that you put into the world is the energy that you're going to get back from it. And these are some of the major things that we as men must understand. These are ways to know that you're becoming the most alpha version of yourself. We're not talking about being an alpha male. We're talking about becoming the most alpha version of yourself. That's a journey that lasts forever. A journey that lasts forever. You never stop becoming the most alpha version of yourself until you hit that grave, man. When they dump you in that box and dump you in that hole, then yeah, you about done with it. So when you learn the significant detriment of stress and fervently avoid it, you also have to make sure you don't bring it to other people. You have to. Another thing, man, you stop taking everything to heart and sulking like a crybaby. Man, listen, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I rarely, I don't listen to panels anymore. No panels. I don't, man. If it's a panel on, bro, I don't even listen to it. I haven't listened to a panel, man, in 2 months. Honestly, bro, I hadn't listened to a panel maybe this whole year. I don't think I've listened to a panel this year at all, man. I don't listen to panels because there's always somebody crying. It's always somebody in their feelings. Always somebody butt hurt because they done took something to heart that somebody said. It's always somebody got some response to another man's opinion about something. Hey, man, a healthy debate is good, but none of these debates are healthy. Healthy debates lead to actions and reactions that cause change. There are no healthy debates going on, so I don't even listen to it, bro. I ain't got time for it, man. I really don't. And that's real talk. Let me see something here, man. Y'all give me a quick second here. I think that's it, man. I don't know. That might be it. I don't know, man. Hey, just go down there and click that dollar sign down there, man, because I done forgot my damn Cash App thing, man. That might be it. Might not. I don't think that's it. That's probably not it. I don't know what it is, man. I don't remember what the hell my Cash App is, man. But look, so let's get back into this thing, man. Another thing is this, man. But let's get back to that one. You stop taking everything to heart and sulking like a crybaby. Why? Because hurt feelings are for broads and babies, man. Hurt feelings are for broads and babies. That's it, man. Hurt feelings are absolutely for broads and babies. I mean, there's no better way I can put that. You have to stop taking everything. And the crazy thing is, a lot of time you take things to heart and you don't even know people. The people that know you, the people that are close to you, you ain't gonna take nothing to heart that they say because you know they got your best interest at heart. How you gonna take some person and literally, man, that somebody say, man, they ain't even got your best interest at heart because they don't even know you? That's feminine, man. Man, I don't get no feelings hurt, man. So stop taking every. And that's one of the major things. That's how you become emotionally unavailable. That's how you become emotionally unavailable, by not allowing people to put you in your emotions because you don't take everything to heart. Matter of fact, you don't take nothing to heart. When you get to the ultimate level of living on your alpha journey, you don't take nothing to heart. Bro, I don't take nothing to heart. I literally could care less what anyone says. Even the people that are close to me, I literally could care less what anyone says because no one knows me better than I know me. And so what you're saying is not something I agree with. If you saying it and I agree with it, okay, man, I appreciate you for bringing it to my attention. But if you saying and I don't agree with it, it don't matter what the hell you think. It don't matter. It's the fact what I think. And what I'm saying is I don't agree with what you're saying. Your assessment of me is totally irrelevant. It reeks of of idiocy, and you seem to be a fairly uh, detrimental source of energy in my life. So I'm gonna have to cut you off. And that's real, man. These are some of the things that we just have to do, man. Another thing is this, man. You don't entertain the concept of perfection anymore. Man, I don't even use the word perfect. And nothing. I don't use the word perfect at all. I don't even know who made the word up. You don't view anything from the aspect of perfection. Because the concept of perfection is a fantasy state. So as you begin to embark on your alpha journey, man, you put things in the proper perspective because you use logic, reason, and understanding. See, we always talk about logic. We talk about logic, logic, logic. But whatever happened to reason, understanding, wisdom, and knowledge? Those are the things that, like, logic is one thing, but wisdom, understanding, knowledge helps you build your logical mindset. Logic is just the way you view things. But what's the underlying source of your logic? That's wisdom, understanding, knowledge. So, man, we ain't for perfection. Come on, man. We accept it for the fan state it is, and we simply pursue the best. We just go out in life and we pursue the very best. Whatever the very best is, that's what we want. Is it perfect? We don't know. We just pursue the very best. We give our very best and pursue the very best. That combination will put you in the right place that you need to be, man, to put you where you need to be in life at every turn, every corner. So, no, we don't entertain the concept of perfection and instead accept it for the fantasy state it is. And we simply pursue the best. That's all we can do, man. Another thing, man, when you become the most alpha version of yourself, you become the consummate pessimist about things you can't control. You hella pessimistic about things you can't control. I mean, you have little to no faith in things you can't control. You don't even think about those things. You don't even think about them as things you should have no faith in, that you should have faith in. You are there's just an absolute pessimist about things you can't control. And simultaneously, you harbor your optimism for your own endeavors. All my optimism goes to my own endeavors. I don't have political discussions. I don't have no optimism to give a political discussion. I don't have discussions with a woman about our future. I don't have no optimism to give our future prospects. I don't have no optimism about nothing. I don't have no optimism about no collab on this platform, man, because I don't have no optimism to give to no platform. All my to no collab. All my optimism is for my own endeavors. I need all my optimism. That's how I stay so motivated. I use all my optimism for myself. Am I greedy? No, it's my damn optimism. I use my optimism where I want to. So I use all my optimism for myself. That's it, man. My optimism is mine, and I use it for my endeavors. That's why I can jump off the porch, man, and go jump into something else, man. I can see some man there, and that's a good idea, man. Jump into it because I'm optimistic about it. And I got optimism on reserve from 10 years ago. I'm holding on to my optimism, bro. People, I don't listen, bro. I don't have discussions about coronavirus, man. I don't want to have. I ain't got no optimism to give it. I don't have any optimism to give anything that doesn't pertain to me, brothers, and that's real talk. I don't have it. I don't have it, man. And we don't give, man. We don't help others see the best in them. That's optimism. I don't have no optimism for others seeing the best in them. I could care less if you see the best in yourself, unless you are relevant to me. My women, yeah, I make sure. I have optimism that they're going to continue to be a benefit to my life because they've done that and it's a part of my life. They're a benefit to my life. You dig? So always keep your optimism for yourself, man, in your own endeavors. Don't share your optimism. Don't share your optimism. Because if you use it wrong and you run out of it, it's hard as hell to get it back, man. When you use all your optimism on other people and you become a pessimist, then you're pessimistic in all your own endeavors, which eventually holds you back from achieving the things that you want to achieve. And the next thing is this: you learn that your weakness and strengths represent the epitome of a symbiotic relationship. You can't have strengths without weaknesses because your weaknesses aren't weaknesses. They're supporting muscles. It's kind of like when you bench press. When you're bench pressing, if your triceps are busted, your bench press weight ain't going to be what they need to be. But if you got really strong triceps, they're going to help you increase your bench rate. That's just the way it is. Increase that. There are certain things that you have to understand. And this is one of them. Your weaknesses are not weaknesses. They are complementary pieces to your strengths. Just like your strengths are not strengths, they are complementary pieces to your weaknesses. What we have to understand is stop breaking ourselves down into good and bad all the time. See, strength and weaknesses sounds good and bad. You understand? Your flaws and your positive traits, they sound good or bad. Your positive traits and your flaws are the same as your strengths and weaknesses. They balance one another. That's how you become a balanced individual. This is all this is about, man. Life is just about balance, man. It's just about being a balanced individual. You have to understand that your strengths and weaknesses are simply a team of individuals. You understand? You got somebody that's good at the cross country. You got somebody that's good at the 100 meters. You got somebody that's hell on the last leg of the relay, or on the 4x4 relay, or the 4x1 relay. You gotta keep these things in mind, man. You got to be real with yourself about yourself and embrace what you find, no matter what it is. So you learn your weaknesses and strengths represent the epitome of a symbiotic relationship, like primary movers and secondary muscles in training. Same difference. Now, also, you find out and realize and accept that falling in love is not an option, no matter who you meet and no matter how wonderful she may appear to be. Falling in love is not a. So I hear cats talk about, man, any man who say falling in love is weak. He don't know what he's talking about. No, if you say falling in love ain't weak, you don't know what the hell you talking about. You're a sucker for love. As alpha men, becoming those alpha version of ourselves, man, we ain't falling in love. It's not an option, no matter who she is or how wonderful she is, because what we find out is that all the wonder whittles away once you get close to a woman. No matter how wonderful she seems, no matter how great she seems, no matter how she seems like the one, as soon as you get in close proximity with her and you're around her every day, you realize she's not as damn wonderful as you thought she was. And then you just settle for the little bit of wonder that's left. And this is the reality of it, man. This is the pure, honest reality of it. There is no need to enter that type of scenario with the woman because she will never be in the end who she was in the beginning. It's kind of like if a salesman sells you a car. Oh, you the greatest person in the world while they trying to sell you that car. Once you buy that car and drive off the lot, you ain't gonna never see that salesman again unless you go buy another car. When you go in there to get your car serviced, guess what? The salesman ain't coming out there to service it. You may get a courtesy call to see how you're enjoying your vehicle, but that probably won't even come from the salesman. That'll come from a person who's designated to do that at the dealership. It's the same principle. You're the most, listen, everyone's great in the beginning because all you know is the greatness of them. And then when you get to know the rest of them, you realize that, you know what, you're not really that great at all, but now your ass stuck in a relationship with a woman that you don't really even like that. See what I'm saying? D. Flemings, what's good, brother? Good to see you in the joint. Another thing, man. And if you're just joining me, man, we're talking about 15 ways to know you're becoming the most alpha version of yourself. The next thing, you only show loyalty to the things you already have and that have proven to be valuable commodities in your life. You only show loyalty to those things. So when you hear me say, I don't click up with nobody, man, because I ain't loyal to nobody. I don't owe nobody no loyalty. Everybody I owe loyalty has already proven themselves in my life. I don't even use the word loyalty with other people. Anybody who's not proven their worth in my life, man, I don't use loyalty with them. I don't at all. And I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't never been loyal to no dude. I'm a grown ass man, dog. Where I like being loyal to another dude? Loyal on what level? How are two men loyal to one another? What kind of relationship have you men developed that would cause you to be loyal to one another? It makes no sense. There is absolutely no reason for two men to be loyal to each other. Loyal? Come on, bro. Loyal. There's no such thing. No such thing. Because if you're at a job, no matter how hard you work for that job, when it's time to lay off, they're going to lay people off, man, and they ain't going to have no loyalty to the people they laying off. Tom Brady is no longer a member of the New England Patriots. Right? Because there's no loyalty. Loyalty means, man, you're going to stay here no matter what. We're going to keep you here no matter what we got to do. Loyalty means, man, I'm going to stay here no matter what, man. Even if I got to take a pay cut, I'm going to stay here. Loyalty is about two people compromising with one another in order to see the best benefit of a situation. And I don't see too much of that going on, man. And I sure ain't finna invite none into my life. Everybody that I show loyalty to, man, has proven themselves worthy of my loyalty because they've sacrificed. They've done things. They've proven themselves. And that's the reality of it, man. Also, you accept the fact that you're an asshole. You accept the fact that you're an asshole. And you embrace yourself exactly as you are. Immaturities and all. You ever seen these cats, man, that always think you got to be the most mature man you could possibly be at all times? Nigga don't even know how to have fun, man. Nigga don't know how to joke and prank and none of that, man. Nigga forgot how to have fun. Man, he got so grown that he don't even remember how to have fun no more, man. Man, I don't deal with cats like that. He trying too hard. You're trying too hard, man. If you feel like, man, like you can't never let the kid out because the kid in there. All of us got the kid in us. Niggas who play video games, that's the kid in them. That's all it is. That's the kid in them. Nigga who ride motorcycles, man, that's the kid in us. We ride bikes. A motorcycle is just a pedal bike with a motor on it, with no pedals. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's a grown man bicycle with a motor on it. These are the types of things, man, that we do. These are the type of things that we must understand. Listen, bro, the major part of becoming the most alpha version of yourself is to accept yourself for who you are. You must accept yourself for who you are. At a certain point in life, it ain't even about changing no damn more. Man, I ain't changing. I'm a grown man, dog. I'm not changing anything. The things that are here, I'm going to continue to grow in those areas, but I'm not changing anything. There's nothing about me that I'm going to change. I love everything about me. I'm not changing nothing for nobody. Nobody. I can't see the sense in it. I wish I would. I refuse to, bruh. Johnny Blaze, appreciate the $5 super chat, brother. I refuse to do it, man. I'm not doing it. No matter who says what. Another thing, man, you learn to enjoy every little victory in life. Every little victory in life. Man, when I have a day, man, where don't nobody bring no stress my way, man, that's a blessing. When I go to the lake, man, and I'll be out there 2 hours, man, I limit out on crappie, man, catch 30 in 2 hours, man, that's a blessing. When I go out there, man, and the weather's perfect. The weather's perfect. I'm talking about, man, you want to sit out there all day. Man, that's a blessing. When I changed my configuration over there, man, on Patreon, man, and the brothers just kept showing major support even in these trying times, bro, that's a blessing. That's how come you can't compare yourself to other men. If you compare yourself to other men, you're gonna miss some of your blessings. Because you're never gonna compare yourself to anyone you feel like is beneath you. So when you're comparing yourself to other men, man, whatever area that they're performing better in than you, you're going to be so focused on improving those areas that you're going to miss the blessings that you get from the areas that you outperform them in. We all get constant blessings in our lives. But you got to know how to look at your own blessings and stop trying to look at what somebody else is doing so you can try to do what they're doing, because you might not even like their damn blessing. You don't know what blessing they're getting. Their blessing is for them. Your blessing is for you. You might not even like their damn blessing. You better stick to your own blessings over here. Focus on your own shit, man. Really got time to be worrying about nobody else, man. When I'm listening to a cat content, man, and it's just a regular upload video, man, and just in the midst of talking, he hit a topic, man, and and so it's something simple as, man, shout out to BOA, man, for this, man. That right there, man, that's a blessing, bro. Not because I need no shout out from nobody, but because to know that I have influenced men who are becoming the most alpha version of themselves. That's the greatest gift that you could give a man. The greatest gift you could give a man is to help him along his journey to become the most alpha version of himself. You could give a man $1 million, but if he's still a beta male with $1 million, he finna go trick off on some bras. He finna get taken advantage of by his family. He finna go try to buy some masculinity. He finna go try to buy his way into being alpha by buying a bunch of stuff, blowing through his money. But if you give a man $50 and a shitload of alpha energy and information that he can use to enhance himself during his alpha journey, man, you have helped that man build his life up. The blessing isn't to who you can help, man. Blessing is just about who you can help. Now, do that mean I'm be giving my money away to people? Nah, man. I believe in paying people for a service or for value. I do believe in that. But when we talk about, just helping people, just seeing people, hey, man, you need $500 for your rent? No, I ain't doing that. And we all help in our own way. There are people who are meant to help that way. My way of help is meant to give this alpha information to my brothers. That's my way of help. That's how God put me here to help. And that's another thing, man. You got to You got to understand the type of things that you need to say to yourself to motivate yourself, to keep yourself growing, to keep yourself building. Another thing is this, man. You realize that others don't want to hear your good news. People don't want to hear your good news, dog. Because it tends to remind them of their miseries and shortcomings. Their self-proclaimed, self-assessed miseries and shortcomings. People don't want to hear your good news, man. Even the people that's close to you, man, they don't want to hear your good news. You keep your good news to yourself. That's how you keep building your optimism. That's how you keep your optimism to yourself, by surrounding it with your good news. You put your good news and optimism in the same bag, man, you're going to have optimism for a long time, bro. You ain't going to never run out of optimism for yourself. Ever. People would much rather know what ails you and causes you pain and stress, so they don't feel lonely in their own pain and trouble. Misery loves company. But that doesn't mean that because somebody's in misery, they're going to try to bring you misery. It means that they want to know about your misery so they feel like they got some company in being miserable. And that's real talk, man. So I just want to come in here and lay this down on y'all, man. You know, I don't like staying here too long, man. An hour, man, about the longest I'm gonna stay in here, man. So look, man, we got a few more minutes, man. Y'all got some questions in the chat, man. I take about 3 questions, man. Salute to the mod squad, man. Got an unboxing coming up for y'all, man. My new editing, I had to get a new editing laptop, man. Got an unboxing. Be my first time recording an unboxing, man. But I think this is worth it. Dope, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah. You know what, man? They slowed my roll, man. You know, they put me in YouTube jail, man, for 6 months, man. From August to February, man. I couldn't do nothing. Literally, I couldn't do nothing, man. I couldn't live stream from August to February. So I appreciate y'all for being in here like this, man, because I ain't really know what was going to happen when I came back, man. I really didn't. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this one up for a minute, man. I'm gonna leave it up for I leave it up for a little while, man. Yeah, I might get at you with that on C. I might get at you on that C's. Miko Pinker say, what exactly makes pork and sea crustaceans unclean? Shit, because God said they're unclean. I ain't asking no questions. When I read it, I ain't say, no, wait a minute. Explain yourself, God, explain yourself. What do you mean about these crustaceans and pork? He just showed me, man, you know, the first time I ever tried those things as a child, man, I got sick when I ate all of them. All the crustaceans, man, I tried them once and got sick. Bacon, I tried it once and got sick. Sausage, I tried it once and got sick. Ham, I ain't get sick, but I couldn't even chew it. It was so salty. I couldn't even chew it. So the Most High kept me away from those things, man. And once I tried crab and shrimp, I wasn't gonna try no lobster. I was done with those crustaceans after that. crawfish and all that. I want to try none of that, man. Once I saw what was up, I want to try that. Catfish, I ate it one time when I was a kid. The crazy thing, man, I tried all of these things in my 12-year-old year. In that 1 year from 12 to 13, I tried all of those things during that year, and I swore all of them off. So you're talking about a guy, man, who hadn't eaten these things, man, in shit decades, bro, decades. Any advice for investing, man? Honestly, bro, I sit tight right now, man. Like for real, I would really have to like if you got some money to just throw away, then this I mean the stocks are low as hell. It's a good time to buy if you want to buy, but ain't no guarantee them shit's gonna bounce back no time soon. But I mean, if you got the money to throw away, then it don't matter. So if you got the money to throw away, man, then go ahead. That's one thing to do with that. If you get that little stimulus check back, man, that's one thing to do with it, man. Buy some stock with it. You ain't have it anyway. Take that money they give you, man, and throw it at some stock. But I'd be real skeptical about that right now, man. Of course, if you're gonna do something, jump on the airlines. Well, see what you got to look at. You got to look at the businesses that the government gonna bail out. The government gonna bail out the airlines. So last time I looked, man, United Airlines, their stock was regular, I think $97 a share. And last time I looked, it was down to like 33, right up under 32. I think it was down to 32, 37 or something like that. So that's a good buy. Because when everything bounce back, it's gonna bounce back real hard. You know what I'm saying? Everything gonna bounce back and it's gonna fly through the roof before it settles back out. Especially the airlines, man. People gonna be trying to get back up in the air, man, and go on these trips and all that. So, I look at the airlines, man. I look at some of these pharmaceutical companies, man. I forgot the name of the company, but there's a company that's on the cutting edge of coming up with a cure for coronavirus, man. So if you could get some stock into the company, man, that come up with a cure for coronavirus, man, you're gonna be set for life. It's just a thing, man. Stocks are so volatile and they down right now. You know what I'm saying? All the rich people I know, man, they got a bunch of stocks, man. They concerned, cats with stocks in Apple and Microsoft and, and the big companies, which, and we're buying stock in Apple, man. I wouldn't buy no stock in Apple, man. Apple stock don't even pay a dividend. You just own it and it grows, but you just own it. Now imagine you can sell them off, but you just own it. It don't make a dividend, man. So, but there's a couple of other things, man. Logitech is a good company to invest in, man. Like I'm talking to y'all right now, man, on the Logitech where I was when I was in here live, man. When I was in here like this, which I don't like. I ain't know I was gonna be this big, man. But when I'm in here live like this, man, I'm talking to y'all on Logitech webcam, and that Logitech webcam, man. Logitech is a major company, man, and they got a bunch of things, man. Everybody that does anything online has at least one piece of Logitech equipment, and eventually, I think their stock is about I can't remember what their stock is, man, but they got a bunch of freestanding cash laying around, man. So somebody eventually, if things bounce back, somebody gonna come in and buy that company, man. Somebody gonna come in and buy it out, man. It's gonna get swallowed up by Apple or Google or even Facebook may swallow it up. Somebody gonna swallow it up, bro. And I'm telling you, man, that deal gonna be worth billions. So depending on how much stock you got in Logitech, man, that shit gonna pop. It's gonna pop, man. Let me see. Kenzo say advice for wanting to move on for self-improvement, but she can't seem to understand. Man, don't matter what the hell she understand, man. You don't need no broad to understand, man, what you trying to move on for. You ain't got to get no permission from no broad to move on. If you want to move on, man, you go ahead and move on. Oh yeah, for sure, man. I got on the doctor clothes, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Dr. BOA, man. This thing real, man. Dr. BOA. I'm gonna come on tomorrow, man. I'm gonna come on OBS on Streamlabs, man, because I don't really like me being all on the whole screen like that with the shit all up in my nose, man. I might have a bug in my nose, man. Let me see. AJ BOA, can we get a video explanation on how Alpha should go about having kids? Yeah, I might look into that, man. I might look into that. Now I'm gonna tell you, man, something that's popping, man. That and this is something I've been looking into myself, man. Well, I was looking into, man, before this little bump in the road. Those what that shit called, man? The CBD companies, man. The CBD companies, man, they spreading like wildfire, man. When I started seeing them in Mississippi, man, I knew it was finna pop, man. And if you go, this is the thing, man. If you go ahead and pop one of those out right now, man, or even invest in some, man, eventually, man, medicinal gonna be legal everywhere. It's gonna go from medicinal to recreational. That's the transition. CBD, traditional, medicinal, recreational. When you go to recreational, man, if you already established, man, in the industry, and then when they go to recreational, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Your ass gonna be on the cutting end. So on the cutting edge. So if you in one of those cities, man, that ain't got it yet, that doesn't have medicinal, or if you just got medicinal already, but not recreational, man, that's a good thing to look into, man. One of those CBD companies, man. Even if you open one yourself, man, get with a couple of your partners investing, because you can open one for 10,000, you can open one for 25,000, you can open one for 35,000. So just look into those, man. I've been looking into it seriously, man. You know what I'm saying? I really been looking into it. Because there's a couple of spots, man, that I frequent all the time, a couple of cities I frequent all the time that's on the cutting edge of really going that route, man. And I'm telling you, if you already established, and it's not just being established with the people so the people know where to come, because you established already from the CBD flower, because you can buy CBD oil, or you can go in there and get CBD flower. They call it flower, but it's really trees. But the THC level is a legal level of THC, but it's really just trees. And once you get to the point, man, where the place go recreational, it's not just about having the clientele know where you are, because they already been coming to you getting the CBD flowers, getting the low grade trees, which I call it. But you already have the inroads with the government officials and the licensing branches of the local government that you need to have the relationships with, and so it'll be a smooth transition for you. So it's just these just some things, man. I was looking at, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. $100, man. It ain't really nothing you can. Dope, bro. Say, Bill, I got $100 left in my bank account. How should I invest my money? I'm still in high school, living with my mom, so I could take some risks. Shit, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. $100, man, ain't really too much you can invest in with $100, bro. You may buy two stocks in some. I see. I really think, man. As far as investing goes, man, you still in high school, man. Shit, you can't even invest, bro. You gotta be a certain age, man, to open an investment account. So I think you should slow your roll, man. You're still in high school, man. Right now, you should just be planning. First thing you gotta do is get out of your mama house, get you some freedom. So you gotta slow your roll, man, and take a little bit at a time. Man, I really don't like stocks or bonds, man. I like the direct business investments, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done well with direct business investments. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting down talking to somebody, man. They got a business idea, concept, man. They need some funding, and I that's what I'm more into that, man. I don't really. It's too volatile, man. It's too volatile with no control, man. I'm such a control freak, man. I like to control shit. So, I be looking at the stocks, man, and now that they real low, man, I'm so tempted, man, to buy into some, man, but I just don't like it, man. I don't like the volatile nature of it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't like the volatile nature of it. But I'm probably gonna end up throwing a few G's, man, that I can just throw away. Maybe throw a few G's at it, man, just see what it looks like, man. I ain't really too big on it, man. You know what I'm saying? And even though I missed out on the opportunity with vitamin water, man, before y'all even knew what it was, I had the opportunity to buy in the vitamin water back then, man. And yeah, it turned out to be a pretty big deal, but ain't no guarantee it would have done that then. I mean, if I had bought into it. So I don't really look at it like that. That, man, I missed out on the vitamin water deal, man. I look at it, man, like I just wasn't gonna do it. I just ain't real big on it, man. But that was an opportunity, man, to invest in a business right there, man. I really that was right up my. But I ain't know nothing about it, man. I was looking at it, man, like a knockoff Gatorade, man. I was like, man, you can't compete with Gatorade. I ain't know Coke was gonna come in, man, and buy that shit up though. Yeah, kind of like Shark Tank, man, but like more on a local level, man. With just just knowing people, and people having ideas, and people reaching out to me, and people letting me know what people trying to do and all that, man. That's more my wheelhouse right there, man. I prefer to jump shit off like that, man, and be tied into people and have people see. This is the thing. You can have employees working for your business, or you can have businesses working for you as an investor. I prefer to have businesses working for me as an investor, because those people with that business, people who start a business are going to go harder than people who go to work for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got an employee that's gonna go harder than somebody that had their own original idea for a business and wanted to start that business. You ain't got an employee that's gonna go harder than that person right there. So, I kind of look at that from that perspective, man. I mean, so let me see. I mean, bro. I mean, if you ain't got but $100, bro. I mean, shit, you got to come up with some capital to invest, bro. I mean, shit, bro, you got to have a business. You got to have a business model, man. You need to come up with a business plan. Like, you can't just walk up to people with an idea, man. You got to come up with a business plan. Like, you know, shit. That's the first thing, man. You got to write a business plan. If you want some investors, man, you got to write a business plan, like a real live business plan, man. So you got to learn how to write a business plan. You know what I'm saying? There are resources online that can teach you that, man. You got to shit. It might be a an instructor at your high school that can teach you that, man. First thing you got to do is come up with a business plan. Nobody want to talk to you about money. Nobody want to talk to you about money, and if you don't have a business plan. So what you got to do, man, you got to come up. You got to come up with the revenue first before you can do anything in business. If you talking about your own money, you got to come up with the revenue. And so, you saying you got $100 to your name. I mean, a lot of things. How much it gonna cost to start your business? What kind of business you want to start? You know what I'm saying? Is your area, can your area even sustain that business if it's going to be a brick and mortar business, which I really want to recommend a brick and mortar business. What that means is a business that's just a physical location. If you're gonna start any business right now, man, you gotta do it online. It just don't make sense to start a brick and mortar business right now. So, God, man, I'm banging on my table over here. Yeah. And so, and another thing, man, a lot of time, man, people ain't just gonna throw no money at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have already tried to establish this thing, man. You got to at least let them know you got some clientele. You got to at least let them know, man, that you're doing something online. Like, people are not just gonna look at an idea and throw money at it, bro. You got to establish it yourself first on any level you can. It's not even all about money. Like, somebody asked me the other day, damn, man, what I need to start a YouTube channel. So what kind of camera I need, bro? What kind of phones that you got? Man, I got the I think he had an iPhone 10 or something, iPhone 10X. I'm like, man, there go your camera right there. But nah, man, I think I need a better camera, man. Bro, you start with what you got. You got to start with what you got, man, to make it happen. Then when you start creating some revenue, like, honestly, bro, I hadn't bought a camera for well, I did. I bought when I first started, I bought a camera, man, but it was terrible. It was terrible when I should have just used my phone, because my phone had better autofocus than my camera had. I bought a Nikon D5300, man, when I first started. Man, y'all remember some of my old videos, man, where the focus was hunting in and out? Where the whole time in the video, man, the focus was hunting in and out. You know what I'm saying? I took them down. I took them boys down, man. Wasn't no way I can lead them up, man. But I ain't really know what I need to know about cameras. You know what I'm saying? I saw the camera. I bought the camera. It had a flip screen on it. I bought it. And the autofocus was terrible, and I really couldn't even use it, man, unless I used a manual focus. And I was a beginner with a camera. I ain't know about no damn manual focus, man. Yeah, so you gotta. I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't share it on here, man. No, no, don't share your idea on here. So, all right, man, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to slide on out this thing, man. Been an hour and 10 minutes, man. Yeah, and that's a good way to put it, Kobe Dylan. They always say the customer's always right. Bullshit. Customer be wrong all the time, but the customer comes first. The customer comes first, but the customer ain't always right. I don't buy into that logic. Customer's always right. You know, my clients now, man. I mean, I don't treat them like they always right. I treat them like they first, but they ain't always right. I let them know when they ain't right. Yeah, I got some stuff over there, man. It's buried so deep, man, and you can't create playlists over there, man. So you pretty much gotta, and you really can't search content by title either, man. It's kind of wicked over there, man. It's something over there though. Actually, man, I got one over there, man. I think it's either 15 or 20 businesses you can start for under $1,000, for $1,000 or less, or it may be $4,000, but 20 businesses you can start for $1,000. As a matter of fact, man, I'm gonna dig that one up, man. I may put that one on. I may put that one on the channel, man. I have to see. But anyway, man, let's go ahead and slide on out of here, man. We've been in there boy long enough, man. Take a quick nap, man, before I get up, man, and start doing content. Actually, I'm gonna do a live stream at 4 a.m. on the King Ray Ray channel, man. So y'all be looking for that one, man. I'm gonna go ahead and try to give me a couple Z's, man. At least a couple 3 hours, man, before I do that. Shit, I'm stuck at the crib just like y'all, man. All my clients want me to train them online now, man. They kind of paranoid. You know, I got older clients, so they paranoid about, the corona and all that, man. So, I'm stuck at the crib just like y'all, man. So let's get on out of here, man. I don't know, man. No, Shot, I ain't see your super chat, man. Oh yeah, there you go, man. There you go. Appreciate it, man. Love to see Shot $2 super chat. Bro, say what you do to get in YouTube jail so long, man. Y'all remember I did that Serena Williams financial abuse live stream, man. Well, when I did that live stream, man, I had I played the whole Allstate commercial. And man, I normally take those live streams down, but I left that one up, man. And Allstate, the insurance company, Allstate, filed a copyright claim against me because I had their logo, I had their Allstate symbol in that damn video, man. And man, I got a copyright strike for that, man. And when really nothing I can do about it, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it was less about that and more about the content of the live stream, because I went in on that real hard. But man, they gave me 6 months in YouTube jail for that, man. For not for music, for Allstate sign being, they used their logo in their commercial, and I played the commercial in there, man. And man, I got 6 months behind that, man. I was like, man, that's crazy right there, bro. So, hey, they ain't had to tell me twice though, man. I watch I watch who joints I use now, bro. But that was just me, man. That was just a lesson I learned, man, for not taking those live streams down, man. And the thing is, man, they took the whole live stream down, so the whole thing gone. I can't even upload it and put it on Patreon, and then, man, they struck it and deleted the live stream. I don't know, man. I don't think I use none. I don't think I use none of Nick Cannon stuff though. So, all right, man, we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here, man. I appreciate everybody coming through the joint. It's been real in the field, man. Let's slide on out of here, man, to some of this alpha energy right here, man. Go ahead and put these boys up on here, man. Let's go ahead and get on out of here, man. Your bitch want me to come through. She said she think of me when she with you. She really want a man to treat her right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. Your bitch want me to come through. She suffering from the beta nigga blues. She really want a man to beat it right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. I don't trust these hoes. Alpha sup. Betas down. Peace.